So what they do is they live separately. So that can be counted as a long-distance relationship, and one might even say it's a good thing, given that perhaps they don't like each other that much. Good morning, Aron. We're stuck in traffic today. A friend of mine, Francisco, not to you, asked me to speak about long-distance relationships. The first thing that I thought of is that it will be very difficult for me personally, and most likely it has to do with my particular love language, which is physical touch, which means I give and receive love and affection primarily through physical touch. That doesn't work very well in a long-distance relationship, I'll have you know. And it is true, when me and my wife are apart for an extended period of time, it is very difficult for us. Not as enjoyable as we would like, not by a long shot. And whilst she still has quality time, which is time spent giving each other undivided attention, which would be a Skype conversation, both of our affection reservoirs would gradually lose affection. So if you think of a relationship and partners inside the relationship as having affection reservoirs that need to be replenished by affection inside the relationship, then you would try to think of a long-distance relationship through that lens, if you will. So I guess some love languages, if that is indeed a thing, refer to my video on the 5 love languages, are easier to maintain through a long-distance relationship. So if you have gift giving, for example, acts of service, yeah, maybe. Quality time should be fine with today's technology. But of course, in all long-distance relationships, one of the main issues is affection, and the other issues is lovemaking. I guess it would help if both partners would be open to masturbation. It would alleviate some of the need, but that openness varies wildly. I wouldn't assume it's there. So, as such, I think we can all agree that there are additional difficulties and challenges, from great to manageable, when running a long-distance relationship, and the tendency is to make it a temporary situation where eventually the two partners would live together. Now, for whatever reason, this may not always be the case, because in practice I see people approaching relationships in many different ways. So, for example, in many cases, two partners have evolved in their relationship and they don't much like each other anymore, but perhaps they do not want to break off the relationship or marriage for a variety of reasons. So what they do is they live separately. So that can be counted as a long-distance relationship, and one might even say it's a good thing, given that perhaps they don't like each other that much. It can be done. With the advent of the mobility, the more revolution, people are moving further away to get work, and they're meeting each other across longer distances with dating sites and whatnot. Long-distance relationships are perhaps becoming more common, and they can be done. I guess it does require a superior degree of trust and self-restraint on behalf of both partners, given that temptations are always there. Each human enjoys the allure of new, a new partner, a new body to explore, and if you're long distance, you are not practicing swinging over a long distance or polyamory, which is a thing and can be okay. And come to think of it, if you were open to swinging or polyamory, being long distance may be even more workable if you have a source, for example, for that affection. Oh, I'll have to ponder on that. I'm sure that most people, given the world's cultures, would be very uncomfortable sharing their partner in such a way, especially over long distances. But it is something to ponder. So yeah, long distances, a necessary evil?